Welcome to NPCs or Tal'Dorei, reviewing episode 108 of what?
You look like you've been in like the something about Mary situation.
Well, Matt Mercer got his haircut, so I was just doing the same thing.
Yeah, but you don't put sperm in your hair. Too inappropriate.
Probably.
It feels like it's too inappropriate. That's the only thing I
if
got.
you're out there watching this and you feel that was too inappropriate, please put a comment in the chat below and we'll figure out, speaking of below...
Sperm. I used the technical words. Sperm.
Sperm, yeah.
I didn't say anything vulgar.
Just people watching that, don't use that in the heat of the moment. It's not as sexy.
And
baby, take my sperm.
If you didn't understand that bit, watch There's Something About Mary.
Oh yeah, I forget that a lot of our viewers are probably younger than us.
Yeah.
So probably don't get that reference.
Probably don't get the reference. But if you like...
Anyway, I'm not here to talk about Something About Mary. Not this week anyway, that's next week, right?
No.
Reviewing Something About Mary.
No, don't commit to things you can't follow through with them. We literally just had this conversation.
Okay, welcome to NPCs of Tal'Dorei with myself, Oliver Dungeon Master, and Dave, aka Stefan.
Yes. Wow.
Didn't say the
so
last
much
bit.
restraint.
Oh god.
I think it's worrisome because you put so much restraint in it. And you have to like hold it, and it just it kind of it brings me a bit of joy and bit of pain that you have to actually restrain yourself to begin with. But anyway,
regular viewers will know what it's about. Welcome to our review and recap of 108, the core Anvil. Very combat heavy episode.
Yes. So those that do follow reviews, you notice that we don't go too much into combat because combat is a very kind of... You kind of have to watch it. It's too much step by step. We just point out certain things that stuck out, but we don't really go too in depth of which player did what and all that. So
it wouldn't be like that entertaining to just hear us narrate the thing. So we just
then it was Scanlan's turn. Then it was Grog's turn. Then it was Max's turn.
Yeah. Not only would it take like 5 hours, but So we do pick and highlight the key moments and the most badass moments of the fights. But essentially, this thing starts with initiative. First thing they do, roll initiative, because that's where we left off last week.
The three golems.
Yes.
So the three golems kind of come out with the weird kind of mold heads, which play a big part.
Which immediately they were like, okay, puzzle. This is some kind of puzzle, we've got to figure that out.
This whole episode was just a puzzle.
It was very puzzle heavy. Puzzle and combat.
Yeah.
So essentially, if you haven't got up to this point yet, they're under a mountain, a volcano, searching for the core anvil, which is a forge that they need to build weapons to defeat Vecna.
A good way to think about it is like the past episodes we've been kind of going for every player with their kind of god or kind of being assigned. This is kind of Grog's god sort of thing moment just before Vecna of like forging something. Kind of mix of Percy in there as well, but mainly Grog. Yeah. And so we battle three golems.
Scanlan rolls a poop.
Yeah.
Someone brought him dice that had one of the symbols is a poop, and the critical roll dice. You know that the critical roll.
So poop is a 1.
Yeah. Well, they had discussion about it. They weren't sure when he rolled it and got a poop. He hadn't figured out what that was. Sure, we do that pre-stream, but
you would think it's a 20 is a 1. Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, exactly. That's what. Well, eventually, So
it's just two poops. It's a 1.
The problem was the other symbol on the other side was also a symbol. But then Matt said, "What's around that symbol?" and discerned that it was in fact the poop is a 1. Yeah. Even though for Scanlan, really a poop should
makes
be...
sense.
Yeah.
For Scanlan, a poop is a 20.
It should be a 20,
But for normal people, poop is typically like a bad...
We're playing D&D, we're not dealing with normal people.
That's a good point.
We're way cooler than normal people. But yes, so essentially, Scanlan rolls in that one. I think that's the first roll of the entire thing.
And the notable moments like Vax gets thrown into like lava or the forge thingy. Yeah,
and takes, what was it? Something ridiculous?
Yeah, something insane.
Or was that later on? That wasn't I'm thinking of Scanlan.
Yeah, I think it's Scanlan, but I do recall Vex getting thrown into to the...
One thing that I noted was just the sentence, "God, I want some Dwarven Forge maps." The stuff they use, those like the 3D minis that can be like rearranged and like Lego from Dwarven Forge. This company, check them out on Kickstarter. Check them out on the web. My God,
that's really good.
Coolest battle maps ever.
I mean, that's something that we want to look into for our personal games. Is eventually when we get that battle cam that we are fundraising right now. That we'll be able to eventually kind of go in that direction because I think that would be a really cool element, especially you keep this one busy during the off stream of building them and figuring out
that would be so epic.
And also just hearing him cry when we somehow avoid the battle altogether. He's like, "I've got this awesome one."
Some of you may not know this, but I work in a store that sells D&D supplies, board games, and the like. And we had this guy come in and buy a miniature of a fire elemental. and he actually, it was like see-through like resin, and he hollowed it out and put an LED light in that was set up to a circuit board that just made it flicker. So cool.
I think with so much information out there how to make like D&D figures, you can just look into Warhammer, you can look into so many different other modelling places out there. You can really make something unique that's going to, especially for homebrew campaigns, it's going to be awesome.
Well, see, Critical Role's cool because they've got a whole lot of money to throw at stuff like really cool battle maps.
Yeah, and plus they get donated a lot of stuff when they do their Christmas videos. They just get a whole bunch of stuff that they can use for the games. Like I think the majority of the stuff they probably use are just fan.
Well, see, originally, as some of you know, in the original Critical Role, at the end of each episode, they did Christmas where they opened all the packages. But then they started getting so many that were like, okay, we'll do it every fortnight. And then it was like, okay, we can't actually show this anymore because it's longer. Opening the presents takes longer than
if we ever get anyone sending anything, we'll do the same thing.
Oh, it's going to be epic, yeah.
Yeah. Like a year down the track, we finally get something, and it's just secretly one of us who just sent it to ourselves just so we can do it.
So essentially, battle rages underground. They eventually kill the 3 very terrifying, weird golem-type creatures.
And then they kind of rip off the heads.
Yeah.
And kind of use those to smelt the platinum. Is it platinum? Yeah, platinum.
They spent a lot of platinum melting it down and pouring it into these molds.
Yeah, and they couldn't really figure out what to really do. It was kind of like... it was a puzzle.
It was one of Matt's tougher puzzles.
Yeah, and I think that's probably why there wasn't a lot kind of lore-wise that actually happened in this episode, because it was just figuring things out, and that happens in D&D. Sometimes we get stumped. Yeah. When I say we do it in our games as well. We just look at a wall and like, we should sit down for about 40 minutes trying to figure out what the hell's going on right now.
One of my favourite things that happened recently in our games was I just started having a conversation. I just said, oh, by the way, a flock of birds fly overhead. And the party just freaked out, like, oh my god, what's going on? Quick, do something. There is actually going to be a new segment on this channel called DM Diaries, and maybe I'll talk about that. I'm there.
Because I think that was a good... I wasn't there, I was late, because I was dropping off a dog. But I remember that. I remember them freaking out over there, and I made that joke when I got back. It was like, yeah, you guys freaked over some birds, let me deal with this.
So they win. They destroy the things, they try and solve the puzzle. Eventually, they do find the anvil, the core anvil, which is what they were there for. So,
and then this big... Like, he described like a weird red thing.
Oh, you mean the creature?
Yeah, the
creature. Faceless one.
Yeah, the Guardian. We'll call it the Guardian. It makes it, but it had like weird kind of red back there. Yeah. And I mean, I couldn't get a visual in it. I know he was very good. Like Matt's good at painting it, but I needed. I don't know.
Needed a bit more to get up.
Yeah. I think I needed a little bit more, but maybe that was because I was just tuning out at that time.
I just wrote that it was terrifyingly beautiful, and faceless creature. Faceless is always cool because the human brain is programmed to recognize and interpret faces, and when you put something in there, it's like the void ship from Doctor Who. Because there's nothing there, it gives off this strange kind of
and also around this time, Marisha says the best thing. The best joke that I've ever heard on the stream. Now this is going to be, I may butcher it. I'm just trying to think of it. Marisha goes, I don't want to get too high, and then Scanlan and Sam goes, that's one thing that Marisha's never said before in her life, or something like that. I can't remember the exact quote because I didn't expect you to be put on the spot like that. But I remember that was a reference. You'll be able to find a clip. There's bound to be a clip on YouTube or that, and it was a really, really
or at the very least a GIF.
Yeah, and then like you could see everyone just like clicking and then laughing, and then where she goes, "We're on the internet." It's like they brag about going to Burning Man all the time. If you look up Burning Man, you'll figure out what it is.
I've actually been invited to the Kiwi version of that, but
I have too. I get invited every year, and I never go, but I think I may go this year.
I've never been, and I was thinking I might go this year. Well, maybe we'll do it. NPCs of Tal'Dorei there.
No! It's a terrible
Today I'd
idea.
like to talk about the pen that Matt
Ignore the naked people and the people on other substances behind us.
Yeah. Rolling naked in the mud is just part of NPCs from now on. Anyway, yes, they fire an arrow. The creature chucks its chain. I butchered that line. The creature cuts the chains. The creature cuts the chains, sealing them into the room.
And he cuts the change.
And which meant that if this battle goes south, and the guy that they're facing at this point is
the big Guardian guy. The model was awesome.
Oh, the model was so cool. So essentially, they can't run away at this point. They've got plane shift as an option, and a few other like teleport kind of spells, but that they can't just run away easily, which they noted as that happened. We've got some cool stuff. Once again, roll for initiative. We go straight from combat into other combat. I think Matt had set it up so the first combat was intended to weaken them a little bit, because he knew they couldn't really take a long or short rest in between these two rooms.
Well, I mean, they've reached that point that he kind of has to. He has to push it a little bit. I mean, you're talking about like Vecna and all the other battles I've had before.
Yeah.
This is in between the two Vecna battles, so that he still has to make it quite challenging. But I don't think he's designing them to kill them at all.
No, Matt is not a... And this is one of the first things you hear when you start your DM journey. Your job is not to kill the players. And Matt knows this, but he does love... I think at this point he's got the skill to know exactly where to put the difficulty level of his players.
Yeah. And it's the question of like... It's hard to tell whether Matt dials are bad during as well. Like,
which is... I've done that before.
Yeah. You assume he does?
Yeah, you would.
But I think testament to how well he DMs is that you don't notice it.
Yes, absolutely.
I think it's the fact of he builds a scenario, he may be in his head going, oh crap, this is all going wrong, I need to dial it back, but he does it in a way that you don't actually notice he's dialing it back. It just makes it seem like they got out.
The skill of madness. So Vax uses Bless, which is a spell he doesn't use too often, but it's actually quite a good spell. I think it's quite a high level spell, that's why he doesn't use it very often. Which is cool. The giant statue thing actually starts moving, and then the party goes, okay, we thought it was going to be stationary, which would have made it slightly easier. The map that they're using is not that large. Grog, Bladestorm? Did you write anything about Bladestorm?
No.
Such a cool move. I don't know if this is homebrew, because I haven't seen it before. This is possibly a homebrew move. He just swings his sword on this massive radius, 15-foot radius, and instead of being like one attack, it's actually several different attacks. Everyone that's in that cone, that sphere has to make make an attack.
I mean, I've done that before.
Yeah.
Like when I played Warcraft 3, and they had the Blade Master and does that.
Yeah. That could be where it's from. Bladestorm, what a cool attack I'd written down. Grog gets blinded with some con saves. Then Grog rolls to attack and rolls a 23, sits back all smugly, and Matt goes, yep, 23 misses. And the party goes,
You know when you're getting above 20 and you're missing, you're in trouble. You're in trouble.
Not just that, the hits that did land, man, Matt was like, sweet, he takes 50 points of damage. Next attack. And they're like,
yeah, it's one of those moments that the DM is telling you a lot but not saying a lot. Yeah. And you're like, oh no.
So, like maybe, a couple of attacks into the battle, they realise, okay, this is not your average kind of...
It again goes to the puzzle element. It's not always about tank and spank, who's just just kill the damn thing. Yeah. But this one, that there was actually a solution. Yeah.
Vax uses luck, but on someone else's roll, on the enemy's attack roll. I'm not sure if this was some kind of homebrew roll or
luck,
I got it wrong.
Can't you use luck like at any roll that you do?
Yeah, no, but he used it so that the guy that was rolling against him rolled with disadvantage.
Well, yeah, but it's against you.
Yeah.
So
it's not your roll. Matt goes roll.
Yeah, but I guess on the theory is that if someone's swinging a sword at you, and you roll, and he rolls to hit you, because it means your ability to dodge really. So he rolls, he hits you, and is like, no, I want to try and dodge again. So that's why he has to reroll it. So I guess that's how it kind of lines up.
I've just never seen it used in that way before. So I'm going to research that and see what's going on.
I think it's alright.
I don't know. It's probably if it happened, it's definitely within the rules. I just never.
Well, not really. Matt's done a lot of things. Anyone out there will be aware that he does bend the rules a little bit. But I think in this case, I think that would be a legitimate role.
Sorry, I just noticed the sun came out. So Matt does Halo now. Matt, it's a homebrew kind of game because he merged Pathfinder and D&D. What else we got? The damage, any bludgeoning damage was doing nothing. This guy's got immunity to bludgeoning damage.
Yeah, so it's the whole it took them a long time to figure it out. Yeah. But the goal of this particular thing wasn't just to kill them.
Right. Kiki uses shape change, which was funny because Matt goes and pulls out this massive bag of miniatures because he now has to find a corresponding miniature. He actually turned out he didn't actually bring it with him. That day she turns into...
Man, it would have been cool to see that.
Planetar, which we haven't seen Kiki use too much, but Planetar is a damn cool thing. Essentially, almost looks kind of like a weird metamorphosized angel type creature.
It's got blue skin on it.
Yeah, blue skin, freaky wings, and it's actually quite cool. What else happens? Scanlan falls in the lava, and Matt goes, okay, I'm just going to roll damage. and 30 seconds later finishes picking up all the dice he needs for that damage as the party just goes, oh god, that's a lot of dice. He takes 53 points of fire damage, and I thought, oh okay, that's dangerous, don't do that again, don't fall into lava again.
Well, I think they should never fall in lava. I think that's a recommended thing for anyone out there. Yep. Don't fall into lava.
Yeah.
Like D&D or real life.
Yeah, or real life. Just for a best there. Yeah. If you can avoid, and quicksand as well is also something you probably...
Well, quicksand you can get out of.
Yeah.
Like lava, once you put your foot in it, you've got no foot.
No.
So, like quicksand, you probably have a foot.
Yeah.
So, like, it's not an apple for apple situation. Like, quicksand and lava are two different things.
What about if you combine the two? Quick lava.
Well, it doesn't matter, it's still lava. Lava beats anything.
Percy finds using an action surge to get an extra 3 shots with his guns and rolls 2 criticals. Ha ha ha. God,
he's a crit king.
He is the crit king. And also bleed damage, which means that the next round that person takes half that damage again as just a free thing. He doesn't have to roll for that. Bleed damage is badass.
So once I basically figure out what to do, the Guardian kind of drops its sword. I don't think he walks away. I think he just goes to like somewhere else in the room because they refer to him again later on.
Oh, he goes back into the wall.
Yeah, he goes back in the wall. That's right. Yeah.
And the beating red gem within him, they see that kind of. I'm not 100%. What was the red gem? I thought I had that written down.
As a heart.
Something. No.
Beating red. You've written beating red gem as a heart.
Don't read my notes. They're never complete sentences or anything. They're real just fragments. One thing we forgot to mention: Scanlan falls on fire and goes unconscious, nearly dies, but no, he was alright.
I think the problem with your notes is that it's very vague. The last sentence here is Percy, don't fuck up. Fuck up what? Do you know? I remember he was rolling.
Oh,
I think I know the moment you're talking about.
Yeah.
Because basically they figure out what they need to do. So Grog and Percy kind of team up because it's a combination of blacksmithing and tinkering. Because tinkering, the runes have to be put on it.
Yep.
So they get the molds that they've made previously with the 3 golems, and they kind of start molding them into little rods and like spear-like things.
Yeah.
And Percy. They do several attempts and they mess it up, and then the final attempt is when you probably wrote
Percy, don't fuck up. So essentially this was a lot of strength rolls for Grog and dexterity rolls for Percy as they're trying to forge this weapon in the heart of this thing. So Grog needs to smash the gems to make the trammels, Percy needs to kind of...
And basically it was just a lot of rolling, kind of hoping and...
A lot of luck and blessing.
Yeah, and eventually... luckily, Percy, with inspiration from Scanlan, his last one, because he did that quite a lot, gets it. And he actually got it because he rolled an actual 12 on the inspiration.
On the inspiration, so he gets a D12.
And he got 30. He got 34, and the DC was 25 by this point. Yeah. So if he didn't roll that,
they would have failed. He actually needed, I think it was a 10 or higher.
Well, you take 12 off 34, so that was what?
22.
So he needed at least 3. So I guess it wasn't as bad as now that I think about it, but yeah, he still got there.
Well, there was some moments with Grog when he was like one over the DC. But yeah, so essentially they forged the weapon. Awesome, they've got the weapon now. Yes. Vecna, what's yours?
So I'm guessing Grog is gonna be having this weapon. So that's Grog done. Yep. You could say like with all the gods and stuff with everyone else, that's Grog done. Yep. Who's left?
So
Percy, I think.
Percy. No, I was gonna say Vexalia, but no.
So Vex is
Keyleth.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Has Keyleth really done anything for this prep?
Not in the way of deities, I don't think.
Not in the way of deities or any kind of additional weapon. She has worn the Ashari. Yeah. But I think that's all she's done.
So maybe we'll see a bit of Keyleth.
Maybe Keyleth
or Percy.
Percy. I don't know whether Percy's one is tied into this one though.
Yeah, because he did.
It doesn't feel like it is.
I guess we'll find out next week.
It's this one. Not a lot happened.
Very combat heavy.
Don't know if too much time passed because that was a concern. Yeah. How much time do you think passed with this whole episode?
I mean, the battles maybe half a day.
Half a day? Yeah. Yeah, I don't think too much passed. No. I think it would be about 6 hours. Yeah. Maybe that. Yeah, something like that. So I think that's still got time. But next week is the live episode.
From Gen Con. Alright, that's going to be wild.
Which, as I said many times before, I was there last year.
Yeah, he was. That's where he got the shirt.
But
put pants on next time.
Look, we film this at our house, so I can wear whatever I want.
I'm actually...
You're lucky I wear pants.
This is my room. We actually, we flat together. So
yeah, exactly. But yeah, next week is that it's going to be a live event.
Don't miss this one.
I don't know if it's on the Thursday.
Right.
Because it wasn't on the Thursday last week. Not last week, sorry.
Last year.
But I do know it's going to be streamed live. It's going to be a very different atmosphere. You definitely see the players play a little bit differently because you hear cheering, you hear chanting, you hear people actually reacting in real time to the decisions they make instead of seeing it pop up in chat. Yeah. So it'll be a very different show. It's
going to be absolutely wild. Make sure you keep an eye on like the Critical Role fan pages and is that website. When does Critical Role go live? Just in case it's not scheduled for the same time. We obviously don't want to miss it, so just keep your eye on that. But yeah, the energy's going to be wild. This is essentially like a World Series of poker or the World Series of baseball, which always confused me as there's only America competing in that World Series, but that's an Elisia reference. But it's going to be absolutely wild, so make sure that you check that out.
What about the Canadian team?
I don't care about Canadian.
Whoa! Anyway, ignore the Canadian hater over here.
I said Canada.
Canada.
I had that problem.
Canada. So just
I love Canada. I'm sorry.
You've done enough damage to Canada right now. Make sure you like and subscribe to this channel. If you do have any comments about what you can expect in Critical Role, please make a mention down below because we'd like to engage. We want to engage more and actually have conversations so we can flesh out our thoughts a little bit more instead of us just bantering to each other saying that the other one's wrong.
Yeah, which is fun, but we want to expand.
Yeah.
Jump on our Discord. Of course, now we're on Facebook, the D20 Multiverse. Check us out there where we post funny things and I chat about how my players make my life a living hell. And in a nice way. And of course, at Twitter, the D20verse, we're there too. Don't forget to check out our live games, Black Winter Nights and Eyes of Elisia, which live stream here on YouTube now as well as Twitch on Twitch/the D20
We're trying to get better at plugging things.
Yeah, we're trying.
But we kind of draw it out and it just kind of fumbles, and then we get to the end like this point, and we're just awkwardly...
that's the end of the episode.
Yeah.